Hello friends, I thought that I would share with you some of my plans and goals for the year 2017. Now this is the first time that I've actually written down my goals, and since I've been active on YouTube I thought I would share them with you. I know that a lot of YouTubers are doing this time of year, and I thought I would join the gang and do a goals and plans for 2017 video. Now I've got my notes here, and there are 4 categories that I will be talking about. Now the first category is personal, my personal goals for 2017. These are in no particular order, and there's quite a few of them, so we'll try to get through them as quickly as we can. And I'm going to keep my notes right here, so if I glance down you will know what I'm doing. I'm looking at my notes. So the first thing I have on my list is to get stronger and to heal, and this is, I'm talking about physically and emotionally. 2016 was a terrible year for me in many aspects. Physically, I strained my knee and pulled a ligament or a tendon in my knee, and so I had to cut way back on my physical activity. And so I was not able to meet my physical goals for 2016. I had jotted down just a couple of goals I wanted to make as far as weight loss and strength training for 2016. I was unable to meet those goals because of injury. Now I am very happy that I did not gain any weight, even though my fitness and activity level had to go way down. Now my knee was improving. I was seeing improvement in it until Thanksgiving, and then I was on my feet all day for like 3 or 4 days in a row doing Thanksgiving, and then we decorate our house for Christmas right after Thanksgiving. And by that Saturday, the Saturday after Thanksgiving, I could barely walk, and I am not joking. My knee was hurting so bad, it was so stiff, and it hurt to do anything. So I've really been babying my knee since then. I have not worked out since then, and it is improving. I spent yesterday putting a lot of my Christmas decorations away, and so I was on my feet all day, and so today my knee is a little bit sore again, but not nearly like it was before. So I'm going to continue to work on healing my knee and getting back into an exercise program. I would really like to be able to exercise at least 3 days a week, and I have to do things that are caring to my knee. So that's physically, I want to get stronger and heal that. And then emotionally, I want to heal emotionally. I know the grieving process is different for everyone, and sometimes takes longer for other people than others. You know, the time period is different. So to that end, in my attempts to heal myself emotionally, I am going to try a couple of different things, and later on in the video I'll give you my word for the year, and that kind of goes with this whole healing process that I'm under. But one of the things I'm going to do to try to heal myself emotionally is I've got this jar, and every day I'm going to write down one thing that I can be happy about, or that was a positive thing that happened that day. Even if it's something simple like my coffee tasted extra good this morning. You know, if it was a really bad day and I couldn't think of anything else to be happy about, that I can at least say that. At least my coffee tasted good. And so I'm going to write those down, and then I'm going to reflect on those next year. I'm going to take those pieces of paper and read through them, because as bad as 2016 was, if I had done that for 2016, I think I could have reflected back on that and realized, well, maybe the year wasn't a total failure. There's always something that you can find to be happy about in your day, and I need to start reflecting and concentrating and looking at the positive things and not so much the negative. I have been in a state of depression since my mother's death, and when you're in that state, it's really hard to find anything to be positive about. And so I'm really going to try hard to get myself out of that state of depression. It's not where I want to be, and it's not where I want to spend my life. And so I'm going to start reflecting on happy thoughts and try to gauge my mind that way. Not that I'm going to be able to do it perfectly every single day, but if I can, this time next year, if I can reflect back on the year of 2017 and say, I made these improvements, then I will be happy. Now, the next goal I have is also got to do with my weight. I am going to try to stop obsessing about my weight. Weight has been an issue with me my whole life. I was anorexic as a teenager, and I've struggled with my weight and body image for my whole life. And so I need to learn to be happy where I'm at and to be content with where I'm at. And if I never get any smaller than I am, then I need to learn to live with that. My goal is I'm not going to get on the scale at all this year. I'm simply going to go by how I feel and how my clothes fit. You know, jeans don't lie, and if your jeans start fitting tight, then you know you've gained some weight. But if they still fit the way they always have, then you know that you are staying the same. And if they get looser, then you know you're losing weight. And so I am not going to obsess about the number on the scale anymore. And so that is my second personal goal. My third personal goal is to drink more water. I'm terrible about drinking water, and it's not that I don't like water. I do. It's just, I just don't think about it. I drink a huge cup of coffee in the morning, and then a lot of times I will go the whole rest of the day and not drink a thing, not even with my lunch, until supper time. And then I try to drink water in the evenings, and then I'm up half the night going to the bathroom. So I really need to concentrate on drinking more water during the day. My next personal goal is I would like to break my sugar addiction. Now, I had totally broke myself of my sugar addiction over a year ago, and after my mom's death, due to my depression, I have slipped back, slowly slipped back into eating more sugar. And so my goal is to break that sugar addiction. It's not good for you, it's just empty calories, and it really does affect your mood. It affects you if you are prone to being addicted to sugar, which I am. So I'm going to be breaking my sugar addiction again. It's not as bad. I have to be honest, I am not as addicted as I was, the first time I detoxed from it, but I am going to put a halt to my, regression back into sugar. My next personal goal is to declutter this house. And I have been working hard ever since the first of the year, and putting Christmas decorations away and getting my other, home decor out. I've really been like decluttering. I've got a huge pile of stuff to go to Goodwill, and I'm not done yet. I'm really trying to live by if I don't love it and I don't use it, then I don't need it. I have a really bad habit of hanging on to things because I think, oh, maybe someday I will use this, or 25 years ago so-and-so gave this to me and I don't want to get rid of it. Now, if it does have sentimental value, even though I don't use it, if it has true sentimental value, like if it was something my mother gave me, I'll never get rid of it. I have a set of dishes that I think, if I remember right, my mom got for a wedding gift, or at some point early in their marriage she got this set of dishes, and she gave them to me years ago, and I've never used them. I don't have any use for them at all. They're like party platters. They're glass, and they have the matching little cup that sits on, and I never used them. They're just sitting in a box, but I won't get rid of them because they have a lot of sentimental value. But there's other things that I just am hanging on to because I thought, oh, well, someday I'll use this. Well, if you haven't used something in 20 years, the chances are really good that you're not going to use it. And then I've got so much stuff like that that I forget that I have it, so that if I do need it, I end up going out and buying a new one. Craft supplies, I'm terrible about that. I've got so much craft supplies in my craft room that I forget what I have. And so then I go out and repurchase stuff I already have. So decluttering is a major thing for me this year. I am going to get a box. Actually, I already have a box, and I'm going to put stuff in it, and I'm going to make a trip to the Goodwill drop off at least once a month when I fill that box, because I need to declutter. And now my husband has gotten me kind of addicted to garage sailing and thrifting, and so now I have to do that. Bring something into the house, something else goes out of the house, because really you don't need so much stuff. And I know, like in my office, it's terrible. It is the absolute dumping ground for everything. And I get in that room and it literally brings me down, and I can't breathe because there's just so much junk around me. So I've really been working hard in my office, and I've gotten rid of a lot of stuff. And there's a lot more to go, but it's a process. I mean, you don't get into such a mess overnight, so you can't get out of such a mess overnight. So that's my next goal. And then the last goal for personal is I want to take time for myself and read. I love to read, but I've always felt like to take the time to sit down in a chair and read a book, I'm wasting time that I could be doing other things, cleaning or laundry, or, preparing food, or homeschooling my kids, or, the plethora of things that are on a mom's mind that need to be done around the home. And I really need to realize that if I take an hour a day to sit down and read a book, that is not wasting my time. It is spending time on myself in a positive way. So those are my goals, personal. The next area is financial. Now, a year ago, January, I set out to do the Dave Ramsey Snowball. If you're familiar with Dave Ramsey, you'll know what I'm talking about, to get us out of debt. And it went really, really well for about 9 or 10 months. And I was able to pay off. I mean, we don't have huge, enormous thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of debt, thank God. But we do have debt, and we had little piddly things, $200 here and $500 there on little piddly things, and it just overwhelms you when you have 4 or 5 different bills, even though they're not very big, that you have to remember to pay every month. It gets to be a draining. It drains me. And so I want to be debt free. I don't want to owe anybody anything. And I want to get to the point where we can purchase things with cash. Now, this is another thing. We didn't get into this situation overnight, and we can't get out of it overnight. We have made some bad financial decisions in our married life. Thankfully, they were a couple $1,000s and not tens of thousands of dollars of bad decisions. But we have made bad decisions. And so for the first 9 or 10 months of 2016, I hammered our debt hard. And I was able to pay off about 4 different piddly little bills that just nagged us. They were just like neat fingernails on this chalkboard, aggravating bills. They weren't huge, but they were annoying. So I was able to pay those off. Well, then about right before the holidays, we had some financial setbacks. Scott missed some work, and we've had some medical issues going on. So I had to cut back on my aggressive debt reduction program. Well, we still have 2 credit cards that have they're less than $1,000 each. So between the 2 of them, we probably owe about $1,000, and then we have a bank loan for our car. So it's like a car loan, but it wasn't through a car auto place. It was a bank loan. So My goal is within the next 6 months to get those 2 little piddly credit cards paid off, and then by the end of the year have the car loan pretty much, I don't think it'll be gone, but at least cut in half. Our house, it will be paid off in 2 years, so we've got that to look forward to. And as soon as I can get these other little nagging credit cards paid off, then I can start making extra payments on our house as well. So that is my first financial goal, is to get those last 2 credit cards gone within 6 months. Also, I would like to save more, just to put in our savings account. Even if it's just $10 a week, I would really like to start saving more. And then our last goal, last year when I started this debt reduction program, I also started a Christmas fund, and I started putting money aside for Christmas. Well, we did pretty good, and I pretty much saved for most of our Christmas, but I under budgeted a little bit. I spent a little more this year than I had budgeted for, and so I want to, and I also didn't start soon enough in the year last year saving for Christmas, and so I want to start saving now. When Scott gets his first paycheck of 2017 this week, I am going to start putting money aside for Christmas, and so we'll have a little bit more to work with next year, and it won't be a drain on the budget will come October, November, when you start buying for Christmas. So those are my 3 financial goals for this year, and I think they're very doable, and I'm really fired up and ready to go. I want to get out of debt. And then the next category is for our homestead. These are plans, not necessarily so much goals, but plans. We are really planning to do this unless something happens where we can't. The first thing we are going to do is we are definitely going to do 50 meat chickens again. We are going to get them in August, and we're going to butcher them in the fall. That worked out fabulous, and the meat is just so delicious. We can't go back to store-bought chicken. In fact, I still had 1 package of store-bought chicken in the freezer when we did all the butchering. And so we ate for a couple of weeks off of our homegrown chicken, and then I thought, oh, I need to use up this store-bought chicken or it's going to get freezer burnt. So I cooked it and we ate it, and Olivia's like, the whole family, but Olivia specifically said, Mom, this chicken just doesn't taste good. and we just didn't like it. We just didn't like it. And once you eat homegrown meat, it is so hard to go back to the store-bought stuff. So we're definitely doing 50 meat chickens again, and we still have plans to get 2 pigs for the freezer. Now, what we'll probably do is we will probably sell some of the pork, because we're not going to need 2 whole pigs and 50 chickens to last us a year, and we don't have room in our freezer for that much meat. So, but we need to raise 2 pigs. Pigs do better together, more than one. They are herd animals, and if you only have 1 pig, they get very lonely, they don't grow as fast, and they bond to you as the person. Now, you know me. If that pig bonds to me, there's no way I could butcher it. So we have to have 2 pigs, so they bond to each other, they don't bond to me, I don't bond to them, so there's no heartache when we send them to the butcher. And we won't be butchering those and processing them ourselves, we will be sending them out. So they'll go away alive, and they'll come back in nice little white packages for the freezer. That's really the only way I could emotionally do it. I could not butcher. My husband couldn't either, he's too soft-hearted. We couldn't butcher a pig. We couldn't kill it. But we do know we eat meat, we like meat, we enjoy meat, so that's what has to happen. And then the third goal and last goal for the homestead is I would really like to start a small garden. Now, I've mentioned before, and you all know, I have a black thumb. I do not have a green thumb. It is really hard for me to raise anything. I don't know why, other than I don't really particularly enjoy it. I don't like to be out in the bugs. I don't like to be out in the heat. And when you're out in the garden, you know, weeding and all of that, it just is monotonous and tedious, and I don't really enjoy it. The other issue is I have a bad back and I have this knee problem, so bending over and kneeling down is out of the question. There is absolutely no way I could kneel down, and bending over is very difficult as well. So in order for me to actually be able to garden, physically be able to do it, is we would have to have raised beds. So we are going to investigate on how to do that, if it's even feasible. Well, I mean, it is doable. Lots of other people have raised beds, but financially, you know, we want to pay for all of the supplies with cash. We don't want to go into debt for it. So I don't know if, you know, doing raised beds and what we need to get done for the pigs, because we have to build a pen and all of that, is doable financially this year. Now my soil in my property is terrible, so just to go out in my backyard and plow it up and plant is absolutely a waste of time, because it's just bad soil. It really is. Now my parents, over at my parents' property, they live right next door. They have a small garden that they have worked at year after year after year and put compost and amenities, and they've really built the soil up, so they can get a pretty decent garden there. And my dad is not physically capable of doing a garden, at least at this point. He might be able to help some next summer, but I really don't think he's going to be physically able to do a garden next year. So I'm going to talk with him and see if it's okay if I plant just a few things. I'd like to have some tomato plants, some pepper plants, some zucchini plants, maybe a few peas and black-eyed peas, things like that. Not a lot, maybe some cucumbers over there in his garden section. And if he feels up to going out and weeding or whatever, then we'll kind of make it a joint effort. So I don't know that I would make enough vegetables, have enough vegetables to actually do any canning or anything like that, but at least I would have enough vegetables for the summer months that we could enjoy out of our garden. So those are my goals for the homestead. And then the last goal, last category, is YouTube. Now, I don't have a whole lot of goals with YouTube. I don't have I want to have so many X number of subscribers by the end of the year or anything like that. I mean, to tell you the truth, I have way more subscribers now than I ever thought I would ever have, and I'm so appreciative of that. And so thank you so much for subscribing and watching my videos. But I think really the only goal that I have is I want to be consistent in uploading videos. I really would like to do 3 videos a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I say that with trepidation because I don't want to set that as a in-stone goal and then not be able to meet it, because I'm one of those people that if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it, and I would feel really let down. I would feel really bad about myself if I wasn't able to meet that goal. But that is my goal. I would like to do 3 videos a week, and I'm not a vlogger in so much that I don't do like daily follow me around videos. I don't think my life is that interesting. I think people would get really bored because we do the same things all the time. But I do like to do day in the life videos once in a while, and I think you guys enjoy those. I plan on doing cooking videos as I have done. Basically the videos will stay pretty much the same, the content. Although I would like to do a few other things. I'd like to do more crafts. I've done a few crafts projects and they've been very well received. So I'd kind of like to do more of that, but I don't want to just do crafts for crafts' sake. I want to have really neat projects to do. So I don't know how many craft videos I will do this year. I have a couple of ideas in mind. It may only be 2. I don't know, but we'll just see how that goes. I enjoy crafting. I just haven't had time to do it in all these years. But now that my kids are older, I can start doing those things again. I'd like to do question and answer videos. I enjoy watching them, so I would like to start doing them. But it would have to be where you, as my viewers, would send me the questions in the comment section or through Facebook or through messaging on YouTube. So, but that's in my plans. I would like to do question and answer videos, and I enjoy doing challenge videos, and the tags. I enjoy doing the tag videos. So if you want to tag me in a video, tag me and I'll probably do it. And I like to do challenges. Like one of my people that I watch, her name is Rachel from the Sweet and Simple Home. She does one box challenges quite often, and it's basically where you take a box and you have a month and you fill that box with things that you're going to donate and get rid of and declutter out of your house, and then at the end of the month you do a video on your one box. It's kind of like a haul video in reverse. It's the stuff you're going to be getting rid of. Now, like I said, I have been decluttering like a crazy person for the last few days, and so I'm definitely going to be doing, she called for a, New Year's one box challenge that will go up the end of January, and so I'm definitely going to be doing that, so keep an eye out for that video. I've got way more than one box full of stuff that I'm going to be getting rid of, so we'll see how that video goes. I'll get it recorded probably next week, but I won't upload it till the end of the month because I don't want to keep this stuff in my house. I've got a huge pile of stuff that I'm going to get rid of, and I want to get it out of here, so I'm going to record that video well in advance. So anyway, those are my four categories: personal, financial, homestead, and YouTube. And those are my goals and plans for the year 2017. Now, also a thing that's been very popular that I've enjoyed other YouTubers is that they have a word that they focus on for the year. And I really like that idea. I think it keeps you focused on positivity or whatever your goals might be. Last year, my word of the year was less. Learning to live with less, buying less. And I was pretty good at that, and it really did help. I wrote it out and had it stuck by my computer so that when I was online shopping or paying my bills, I would see that big word that said less. This year, I had to think and think and think about what word really sums up what I want to focus on this year. And as I said, I've been dealing with depression, and I thought, what word would help me to pull myself out of that state, because I don't like being unhappy. I want to be happy. And I thought about maybe the word happiness, but that just didn't quite really click with me. So the word that finally popped in my head, and I'm like, yes, that is the word that I want to focus on for this year, and that is the word hope. I really lost hope in the last 7 months. Hope that life was worth living, really, and hope that things could ever be happy again, or that I could ever be happy again. I'm trying not to get emotional. So I never lost faith. I never lost my faith, but I did lose hope. And so the word I want to focus on this year is hope. And I was at the Dollar General store today. I had to pick up just a few things, and I saw this sign, and I thought, this is perfect. Faith, hope, and love, and the big hope right in the middle. And I'm going to hang this up probably where I can see it when I'm in my kitchen, because us moms and women are in the kitchen a lot. So I'm going to hang this up so that I remind myself to have hope, that 2017 is going to be a better year, and that I will be happy again. I don't want my kids to think of, when they think of their mom in their teenage years, as being sad all the time. So I really want to try to bring back the hope in my life, and my happiness. Oh, sorry about all the barking. I've had to keep pausing this video because the dogs are going nuts. I don't know what's going on with them. Oh, dachshunds. It's just a dachshund thing. So anyway, that is my goals and plans for 2017, and the word that I'm going to cling to this year is hope. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, give it a big thumbs up, and we will talk to you all later. Thanks a lot, friends. Bye.